Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Heyo.
And Brandon.
Hey.
We're here to talk about games and things.
Games
and games, games and things. Mostly games. I don't know where we're going to start, though.
And some things.
Yeah. I think, Nick, you're going to get voted to go first.
Oh?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Because you're the only one who wrote anything down for
that's
what
true.
they've been doing. So
that would make sense.
All right. Fill us in on these. Did you get your Build-A-Bears already?
I did, actually. I have them right next to me as well.
So what do they do? I know you said we were up in air about how they talk.
Well, so the Isabel one that I have just plays the theme.
Okay.
Well, she does. And I don't know if this will come through because I have the mic suppression thing on, so it probably won't. So let me just turn it off real quick. So you hit her little pulp, and it starts playing the thing.
Oh, that's cute.
Right? And you just turn it off real quick. But like I've never had like a Build-A-Bear before, as you probably would expect. Very nice. I like it. Cool. It's cute. It's Isabel. I love Isabel. Now the one that we were joking about, however, book is the one that I got with the phrases. And well, wait, hold on. That's not the phrase yet. Yep.
So this is just animalese.
Yeah.
Yep. Just animalese. And that's him laughing as well because you're in debt and you owe. That is literally those are the phrases that Tom Nook has. Also, interestingly enough, it seems like these Build-A-Bears are like regular other Build-A-Bear sizes. So like people have been putting other Build-A-Bear outfits on them. So there's a picture floating around right now of Tom Nook wearing like a carrot costume. You can also undress them, and like I've seen people like swap their outfits.
Okay.
Isabel's in Tom Nook and Tom Nook's in Isabel, but they're very cute. They're very adorable. I love them. Glad I bought them. But yeah, like I said, it's my first time getting a Build-A-Bear ever. So it was just, I don't know, it was weird. I didn't know what to expect out of it, but I do like them, and they will be displayed properly somewhere in my house, but displayed nonetheless.
Well, just wait. Tomorrow you're going to get an email from Build-A-Bear, and they'll be like, well, we sent you these in air. We're going to come and reclaim them.
Oh, we got to come to your house and get... They send animal control to my house.
With, like, the nooses and the traps.
It actually is funny, though, because, like, my friend bought the Isabel for me and sent it to me, and it, like, so the Isabel was delivered to her from Build-A-Bear, and then she mailed it out to me, and it got here faster than my Nook that just went straight from Build-A-Bear to me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and they're coming from the same location. Like, they're both, like, the warehouse that it shipped from and where she lives is the same location. So it was like, oh, that's weird that it did that, but okay, cool. Yeah. But, yep, I have both of them now, and I'm very happy with them.
Nice.
So, but that did put me in the mood to play Animal Crossing, so I did hop back into that briefly over the weekend. My friend let me borrow their cards, the Sanrio cards. And I completely forgot how annoying it is to invite villagers to your island via card or like amiibo.
You actually do it 3 times.
Yeah, I will. Here's the problem, and I'm hoping you don't upset me because I did it the first 2 times and then I forgot to do it yesterday. Does that restart?
No.
Okay. Oh,
it's actually like a kind of nice, like I guess a really smart thing to do is if you're going to use it, like if a villager's going to move out, like you get them kind of like primed up, like you'll do 2. And then when someone leaves, then you drop down the last one, and then you'd be like, "Oh, get to my town. That there's an open spot now." So otherwise, you could force people out. Like if
I'm gonna force somebody out. I'm evicting somebody.
And the nice thing is with the cards is like you can pick who you want to leave, so it's not gonna just randomly be like, "Oh, your favorite villager is gonna move out," like the normal campsite villagers will do. So yeah, see,
that's good.
Yeah, I just had one of the characters I didn't like today just told me they were moving out. So I was like, bye, bitch. I'm like,
see you, dickhead.
Yeah, so I had to figure out which one of the Sanrio cards I want. I know I had one that I already did 2 on, but I've done one with all of them. So I just had to make sure I got the right one moving in. So I think the one I decided on was the sheep with the nice furniture, with the very colorful furniture. The Hello Kitty ape is disgusting. I don't ever want to see
Oh, yeah, no. I'm scanning in Toby.
Is that the bear?
No, Toby's the bunny.
Oh, with the Japanese kind of aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yes, I like him.
Yeah,
I like
Toby, and
him.
then
I like the butt bear.
the butt bear is great. I got the butt bear carpet.
Yeah, I sent that out to like just random people. Well, not random, like my friends that are still playing the game.
Consider this a fucking warning.
I was like, "There's gifts for you in the mail."
Butt rug.
Yeah, it's still surprising to me that Nintendo censors were like, "Yeah, that's okay." I mean, we can't show cross-shaped headstones in games, but here's a butt carpet with asterisk.
I mean, like, technically, it's just an X over his butt.
It's the implication.
Yeah, but it's not like a fully detailed butthole.
Yeah,
That
that's
would
what
be more
you think.
concerning.
I know there
I
was one
mean-
podcast I listened to, and it's Good Job Brain, which I don't remember if I've ever talked about it before. They haven't done episodes in years, but they were like a trivia podcast, and they decided to do like actual advertising because they were making some revenue, and they wanted to do a billboard like thing. I think it was inside like a bus terminal or something, and the logo that they wanted to do, it had like a beaver with little asterisk butthole, and the terminal said no. They had to digitally remove the little asterisk butthole. So there is precedent for not having it.
Yeah, but an asterisk butthole versus like just an X. I don't know.
I think that's an asterisk butthole, isn't it?
I can't Google butt rug because I'm not gonna get,
Yeah, no, I know it's like this. Oh, I got a picture of it because I posted it on Twitter.
Also, I said that out loud, and I just heard my Nest Hub from my kitchen being like, "I can't find that." I'm like, "Good, don't."
Alexa's like, "We've ordered you a butt rug.
Oh.
Do you want that expedited?"
Yes. Send it post haste. Please send me that. I need it now. So yeah, I played a little bit of Animal Crossing. I really like go around and talk to anybody or do anything. I did order some of the Mario stuff too. Because I hadn't done that, and it made me mad because I'm like, why can't we just have all the Sanrio stuff in the shop and then you have the special villagers only for the cards?
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, here's the picture of the butt rug.
Yeah.
It is in general, and that is definitely an asterisk butthole.
Oh well, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
an asterisk for the ass.
Mm-hmm. Little chocolate
Pom-pom
starfish.
Oh yeah, Pom Pom Purin.
That's not
Yeah.
chocolate starfish. Come on, it's not that detailed.
That's an actual like detail with all those
Yeah.
Pom Pom Purin things.
That's like
They're
what it's
all
known
like
for. Yeah.
you got a little butt and a little butthole.
Yeah, it's just like that Cats movie, the unedited version.
We'll
What?
never get to see it. I want to see it though.
You don't
I'm
remember
good.
when they did the movie Cats, like the musical? The one they put out. What was it? I think it was
The
end of
problem.
2019.
Okay, so listen. All right. So that was the original release that only people got to see if they went the very first opening day of Cats. Otherwise, that version of Cats was replaced with a different version the very next day, which had better CGI and also removed the buttholes.
I forgot that movie had patch notes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it got patched after day one. It had a day one patch.
I do remember them updating the CGI. For some reason, I thought the butthole was removed, like not like before, like the full release. But I don't remember enough to be
Pretty
sure.
sure it was a first day thing because there were stories, but I don't know.
No,
Maybe
there
I'm
was.
wrong.
I'm just saying. I thought it was like the pre-screenings versus like when.
Oh, you know what? It might have been pre-screenings. You might be right about that. Yeah.
Because I didn't think it made it to like full theaters, but I know the CGI
hope
update.
so.
You were right. That was after.
I don't want to see James Corden's cat butthole.
What about Judi Dench's cat butthole?
No, no, that is dusty. I don't want that. not the Dame Judi Dench's butthole. No.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where we got to with Animal
Yeah.
Crossing. This is family friendly. Come on. But other than that, I did check out the new Oddworld that came out. for
Yeah.
free.
How's that?
Yeah. I'm in heaven with it because I love Oddworld. So there's a lot of callbacks and references to the original games. From what I can tell so far, it's a far off sequel from I think Abe's Exodus is the second one. It's Abe's Odyssey and then Abe's Exodus.
Okay.
And it starts out with you in a camp full of other Mudokons that you have saved.
Mhm.
And the Gluckons have tracked you down, and now you're trying to escape because they're attacking your home. But what's funny to me in like the first few minutes is like they're all drinking the Soulstorm drink, which was like this like I don't know if it's like a soda or what that was from like the second game.
Okay.
That was the one that Abe would drink it. He would have farts that he could then control and use as remote mines. They're all drinking this shit, right? And then like stuff starts going to hell, and like the cases of Soulstorm brew are falling over. It's also flammable.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, why are you drinking that? It had the same physics as gasoline, and they're all just like hammering it down.
I mean, certain alcohols are like that, I guess, right? Got a high enough proof.
Yeah, but you're not drinking like Everclear like that. You shouldn't be anyway.
Not.
Yeah, if you are, you should probably figure something out. But like at the rate that they were drinking, unless they have super high tolerances, I don't know what their tolerances are for different alcohols. But it's cool because like the game starts out with like a bunch of like newspapers talking about like what happened with all the Mudokons, and was it like a case of like insurance fraud, like all this different shit because of like what Abe did during the first two games. And this facade that the Mudokons love living and working for the Gluckons, and that it's not just forced servitude. So it's really cool, and it's free if you have a PS5, so you have no excuse to not check it out. The controls have been a little wonky to get used to so far, but they're also trying a lot of new things in it, like different like throwables and stuff that you have to use. So like instead of just having him jumping around and doing shit and hitting levers and whatnot, and it being like a complete puzzle game like that, you do have like ways of like extinguishing fires and blowing shit up and doing stuff like that. So definitely enjoying it so far. Love it a lot. So yep, those are the things that I've been playing, and I guess since I have Build-A-Bears, also not snuggling, but playing also with. I don't think we have anything else that I did. Oh, this one's for Brandon exclusively, because I know, Mike, you don't care about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
What? It can't be about anime.
I marathoned like the first 10 episodes of Golden Wind.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't realize how far I didn't get into that show originally. Literally, I got like to the second episode, and then like I just stopped watching it. Not because it was bad or anything.
Wow.
Just, like, I just fell off of watching anime when it first came out.
Yeah.
And then like I watched up to episode 4. I was like, oh good god. This is now I'm only 11 episodes in, but this is teetering on becoming my favorite arc of JoJo.
Oh, nice.
Because it's just been so friggin' good so far.
It's insane. It is a crazy arc.
I love Bucciarati. He's great.
Yeah, Bucciarati's like really good. He's Mafia Mom.
Yeah, and he feels almost more so like the main character than Giorno does.
Yep,
which is fine.
You're not wrong.
So he's been great. The rest of the team, I'm like, whatever. They've been okay. The dance scene on the boat was great. When they're kicking around the one dude, and I've been laughing trying to figure out, because like I always play this game when I watch JoJo of what word can they not say because of licensing issues.
Ah, yes.
So like when what's his name, Mista takes out his gun, and I think the name that they call it in the show is what, like 6 bullets, and then he says it's Sex Pistols. I was like, yes sir.
Yes it is. Good.
And then the dude that he's fighting, his stand's supposed to be craft work, and they call him arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts. Yep. That one's good.
This is terrible. I was like, come on, you could do a little something better than arts and crafts, but
dude, hold on. There's a really good one. From the game for part 7. There's a like English stand name that had to be rewritten. I'm gonna find it real quick. All right.
Okay. See, it's game related.
I think this is it. Okay, the English localization of D4C, which stands for Dirty Deeds Done Cheap, is dishonest acts at a fair and reasonable price.
That's what?
Yeah, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. The censored name is Dishonored Acts at a Fair and Reasonable Price.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
We also have, because they've done it twice, and the other one was Filthy Acts at a Reasonable Price. It's like, okay, well, that one's at least a little bit better, but some of these are just awful, the names they have to give them.
Dirty acts done at a reasonable price.
No. Dishonest acts
Oh,
at a fair
dishonest, yeah.
and reasonable price.
That's ridiculous. I love it. So I'm powering through that right now so that I can be up to date. Because there's also another JoJo show. I don't know if you knew about it.
And Rohan Kishibe on Netflix.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know
I
about
say,
that.
of course he knows about it.
So I got two JoJos that I have to watch. I gotta watch
Yeah,
that.
so I've only seen 2 of those episodes actually, because when I first watched it, I watched it with awful subtitles.
Okay.
So I haven't watched the Netflix versions yet, but I'm going to.
Okay.
They're basically just spin-offs from part 4.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, I love Rohan, so I'll
yeah,
enjoy it.
yeah. So does the original writer, because Rohan is the original writer of JoJo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Rohan. I think he's the most boring character out of every single one of them that's ever been in JoJo. But I'm still gonna watch it because it's fucking JoJo. So
You can't
whatever.
say that because there's the one character in Stardust who just gets fucking yeeted immediately.
Nah, dude. One of my favorite characters in Stardust is the guy that just controls the sun. So stupid.
It's great. You love it. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I've been up to. So
Mm.
I'm gonna pass the ball to one of you fine gentlemen.
Brandon, you're up.
Okay. So basically, I finished It Takes Two. We
Was it
did.
good?
It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. It's the best game I've played this year, and it's better than many games that I played last year, actually.
That's good.
So if you have time to play It Takes Two and someone to play it with you, you should definitely play It Takes Two. I think it will probably come back on Game of the Year. I think it'll
Okay.
actually be on that list. And apparently I'm not the only one that feels that way, so yay. People actually really liked the game, so that's really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
So a few other games that I played. I've actually been playing the Master Chief Collection a lot on PC, because I got it on a massive sale a few weeks ago. I've been playing mostly Halo 3 online.
Good, as you should.
I started playing Halo 2 also last night. So there's that. I actually had a really interesting experience. Me and my friend, I was asked him at like 5 in the morning, hey, you want to play Halo 3 online with me in competitive? I need it so I can do the seasonal stuff. Because the way their seasonal stuff works is if you do a certain amount of things and yada, 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 blah, 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 it's all free. There's no battle pass or anything, but you get different items that you can put, like armor pieces or helmets and this, that, and the other. And I was trying to get the legendary icon, but as a shield that you can wear on your back, which you can get by winning 25 competitive games. So he's like, yeah, but we're doing team doubles. So we start doing team doubles, and we get absolutely fucking annihilated in this one game. And we see their tag, and their tag is like, it looks like developer tags. Like, not like the tag that they're wearing, because you know how you can like wear little banners on for your name and everything, like this person has a banner of Halo 2 and this person has a banner. Yeah, their banner looked like developer banners, because it was like I have an insider banner, which means I test the game. So spoiler alert there. So I had an insider banner, but they had like an even deeper insider banner that I've never seen before, and you don't actually see when you look through all the insider options. So I was like, okay, we lost to these people massively. And my friend's like, there are either gods on this game or someone hacked the developer banner and just wrecked our shit by cheating against us. So that was fun. But I also played like Slayer and stuff like that. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. I had a very good time playing that game. I'm still playing it. I also played a few other games.
Yeah.
I got yesterday on a deep discount Crash Team Racing, the remaster that they put out on PS4. It is $15.99 right now, so I picked up a copy of it.
That's a good price.
Yeah. I had the option to buy the like full version for like $23.99, which is an even better price. That's like the big deluxe massive super edition. But I didn't do it because if I do that, then I don't get to unlock the characters myself. They're just automatically unlocked. And I was like, no, I want to play to unlock characters, so I didn't do it. But yeah, that game's really really fun. So I was playing that some yesterday. I'm gonna play Nazi Zombie Army this weekend. 4. It's like the PS4 game, PS5 game, whatever game that they gave for free with PlayStation Plus this month. So check out that. It actually looks to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I just been playing this, that, and the other, and watching TV. I can't talk about that. Never mind. Okay.
You can't talk about TV?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about something interesting that I did, but I can't, so I'll just leave that alone. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've been doing. I haven't got much. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. All right. What did I do? I finished up Slime Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should talk about that because Josh was on the show. It was good. I actually enjoyed it. I think all the way through the end. So I think we talked about it before. The audiobook was really enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. It had an interesting ending that you kind of didn't see coming, but you kind of did see coming. So I thought that was nice. Sets itself up for a sequel. And it was a fun book. So I think we talked about it. It just had lots of kind of like little pop culture references, even though it's like set in the future. And it's got that. I actually messaged Josh. I was like, I said something about it being like how the main character talks like him. And he was like, yeah, he's like, it's basically a female version of me. I'm like, good. That's how I described it to Nick and Brandon. Like, they know. So,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny. I mean, it definitely is Josh. So you got a good kick out of that if you liked him when he was on the show. And check it out. It's on Amazon or it's on Audible. Next where the audiobook is. So there you go. There's that. I do have a couple of things in the pipeline for games, but I'm only going to talk about one of them today. And I'm going to make you 20 questions guess it, because this one's going to be an interesting one. You should know the game, but I don't think it's going to be like super easy to come to. So I'm going to see how you guys do.
Oh, we're just going.
Yeah, we're just going.
Just going. Okay.
20 questions. You got them.
Okay.
Locked and loaded.
So is the game out?
You mean like has it been released?
Yeah, because you said it's down the pipeline, right? So not necessarily out yet.
Oh yeah, no. I just meant it. No, I just meant it as I had like a bunch of different games that I'm playing right now, but I'm only going to talk about one this week. Okay. But yes, it is a release game.
Okay.
All right, is it on Switch?
No.
Okay.
Well, if it's not for Switch,
I know.
You're probably playing it on your Mac. Are you playing it on your Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, you're playing it on your Mac. Okay. That should really narrow that down for us, Brandon.
Oh yeah.
Because Mac games. Is it a game that's exclusive to Apple Arcade, or are you playing it through Apple Arcade?
No.
Okay, so it's a Mac playable game, not exclusive to Apple, or not on it.
Is it an RPG?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Is Civ releasing a new update? Let's see here.
That should just be your question. Did Civ release a new update? If they did, it's not the game. So
I don't know what this is. New Frontier Pass.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing.
Okay.
So I'm interested in that, but it's just too expensive right now, and they don't seem to put it on sale yet. I think because it's like a season pass, but it's not done yet. Like they still have like one or two things left to release. So I'm just kind of like, it will get cheaper. It's literally the same price as like the full game. And I'm like, oh, it's just too much.
Is it an indie title?
No.
Okay.
Not an indie title.
Oh. Are you playing Hades?
No.
Oh, that was released on Mac recently. I was like, that's the perfect time.
It is. I would have gotten it on the Switch though.
True.
Switch version's good, but I say that in terms of a Switch version, if you know what I mean.
No, I know. You know how I am though. Like I'll take the performance hit just to have it portably on the Switch.
Is it a game that both myself or Brandon would have played.
I don't know for sure, but I think you might have.
Okay.
I think we should get that one back because there was not a.
Well, I mean, I
Oh,
don't know every single thing that you've ever played.
Yes, you do. Me, nothing. Brandon, everything. Come on.
That's not fair. Don't do
So
that.
then that means the answer is yes. I do believe that it's both a game that you are familiar with.
Oh, Roblox. It's Roblox.
Oh, dude, Honey Pop 2 was released on Mac recently.
I don't think that's
See, you got me.
Let's see what Macworld considers the 20 best Mac games.
I saw that list already.
Not Undertale because I've already played it. Oh, is it? Hold on. When does that come out? Hold on. Or when it? Not like you're not playing Life is Strange again, are you?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, this is a difficult one.
Really?
Which is weird because not a lot of Mac games that are worth playing.
I actually lately, Nick, that's very untrue. The most recent Mac OS has actually brought in a lot of games worth playing, and a lot of recent games even, because like Baldur's Gate 3 that just came out is currently in early access. That has a Mac port, and it's actually a good one. A lot more developers on the PC marketplace have also been focusing on Linux and Mac as well lately.
All right, how many questions have we asked so far?
10. And you're going to need to make some big moves if you want to figure it out.
Is it a simulation game, like a sim game?
No.
Okay. Is it a platformer?
No.
Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be super fucking tough.
So I was thinking maybe like he was playing like Frost. No, I don't know if Frost.
Well, we know it's not an RPG. We know it's not a platformer, and we know
like
it's not a
Cities
sim
Skyline,
game.
Yeah.
So like, what do we have left?
Fortnite. Cuphead.
Cuphead's really good. It could be Cuphead, but Cuphead's a platformer.
Yeah.
Or is it a shooter?
No, it's a platformer. I'm gonna answer that question for you right now. No.
No.
As someone that 100%ed Cuphead, no.
It's not an RPG.
Cuphead's also on the Switch, so that should be enough to eliminate that one.
That's true.
So, okay, let me look up Mac exclusive games. Because if he's playing it on his Mac, right, then chances are that it's only for me. I would venture a guess and say that. They just threw a lot of games at me from like 98, so I'm not looking at that list.
Why don't we just ask him if it's a more recent game, like between 2019 and 2021?
All right, was it a game that came out in the last 3 years?
No.
Okay. Makes it easier. Makes it a little bit easier.
I mean, Halo was originally a Mac game.
Halo was originally Mac exclusive.
Yeah. I have no idea what this could be. All the best Mac game lists are all the same fucking games. It's all the same shit. This one, the list that this has, best value, Fortnite. It's a free game. So yeah, I guess I would say that.
I mean, they aren't wrong.
I mean, yeah, they're not wrong, but I don't know. You don't think it's a Hitman, do you, Brandon?
Let me think. Pretty much all the Hitman games on Mac have released in the last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Like Hitman 1, though.
Like the original Hitman? No, I don't see Mike ever playing something like that.
No, like the remaster. Hold on.
That was 2019, wasn't it?
Nope. Hitman came out in 2016. March 11th, 2016.
Wow. Those games keep going for so long, I don't even know anymore.
The reason I'm saying that because there's the new Hitman stuff coming out, so he might be.
What do you mean coming out? It's already out. Hitman 3's out already.
Already came out?
Yeah, it came out in like February.
And Hitman 2 was released in 2018. So
was it given away for free somewhere recently? Is
that your question?
No. That's what I'm asking you. Do you see anything about that?
If it was given away for free?
The Hitman games, yeah.
I haven't seen anything about that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think. If it's not a sim, it's not a platformer, and then I'm also trying to figure out what he would play. So, like, he would be playing, like, fucking Fortnite or Max Payne or anything like that. Like there's all these weird ass games that are just on the Mac. So that's why like I'm heavily leaning towards Hitman, but like I can't say for sure that it's that. I mean, I could ask if it's a stealth game.
Yeah, go for that.
Is it a stealth game?
Nope.
Right, well, bet.
Oh, there you go. That's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give
idea.
you a little hint. You guys are like wicked cold.
Okay.
Wicked. How the
cold.
fuck are we wicked cold?
So
Like,
far
you
away.
couldn't be any colder.
Gotcha.
There's nothing. Oh my god. I will still stand by my point that there is nothing worth.
All right, is
playing
that first-person shooter?
No.
There's
Okay.
nothing worth playing exclusively for the Mac that you can't get anywhere else.
Well, no, he said you can't get it on. It's not on the Switch. He's playing it on the Mac.
But my assumption, my thing is with Mike,
There's
right?
a lot of things you can't get on the Switch that you can get on other consoles.
Yeah, but he said he's playing. You said you were playing it specifically on the Mac, right? That's the one question that we asked.
You asked, "Is it on the Switch?" I said
Yeah.
no, and then you asked if I was playing the game on the Mac, and I said yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Brandon. He's playing the game specifically for his Mac.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either a game that is one that he couldn't play before that has now gotten ported to the Mac, or it's something that he can't currently play because he doesn't have a console to support it. But I'm struggling to figure out what that might be. Could be a. You think it's Star Wars Racers?
No. All right, he's playing it on Mac, but what gaming thing is he playing it through? Is he playing it through like?
I asked if it was exclusive or if he's using Apple Arcade to play it, and he said no.
Okay, so no. Are you using Steam to play this game?
No.
Okay, all right. That's a big what? Okay, I'm confused now.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where the hell do you even get Mac games if it's not Apple Arcade or Steam?
Directly from Aspire, I guess. And I'm looking at Aspire's games, or Aspire. Star Wars, Borderlands 2, another Star Wars game, Civ 6, and we know it's not Civ 6. Whatever fucking light matter is.
So I'll give you another clue since you have 4 questions left. You're running on a bad assumption.
All right, not a platformer, not a shooter, not a RPG. We have those informations.
I'm at this point.
That like literally gets rid of almost every fucking thing.
At this point, he's not playing a game. I think that's.
I mean, I'm podcasting right now. I'm obviously not playing games.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you're not playing anything is what I'm saying because.
Oh yeah, also not a simulation. So like, that's so much shit gone.
His wheelhouse. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I've got literally nothing in my head rolling around that it could even be. I feel like you're playing a board game and using your Mac as a table at this point. Yeah, unless Brandon can figure this out, I've literally got no clue.
Well, once we hit 20, I'll start giving you guys some like good questions.
Good questions.
Good.
You mean hints?
Yeah. Because if you guess it in the last 3 questions, like that will be like the comeback of eternity.
All right, is it Superliminal?
Is that a game name?
Yeah, it is.
No.
Well, no. Hold on. Let me change my question because you answered. All right, hold on. Because you accidentally answered that for me. I get that question back. Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, you can have it. You're still not going to guess it in the 3 questions you have left. So.
Wait a minute.
What?
Are you? Oh no. No, Mike, don't do this to me. I hope this isn't the route you went. Are you playing this through Game Pass?
Oh, no.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you're streaming this, I'm gonna be so pissed. Nick, I have no idea. I just want to wait for the last 2. I don't care.
I've literally got nothing. Fuck it. Is it Star Wars Racers?
No.
We got 1 left, right?
You got 1 left. You pull out a magic victory. You can guess this one. Best comeback of all time. It's all resting on this question. Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm. Is it? Give me a second.
No. Did you?
No, I'm looking. Hold on. What? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hold on. I'm also looking.
You know what? I'm gonna do this just because it's bothering me. Because you
Okay.
made me like second guess myself.
Wait, what if he? What if he's trying to play the PSO2 anal battle?
No, I'm gonna say this right now.
I was hoping that would get brought up in this episode.
What? I don't get that joke.
PSO2 anal battle.
Yeah,
I don't-
PSO2 anal battle.
I don't
you
know
playing
what that
PSO2 in the anal battle.
No, what are we doing? All right, I'm just gonna make the last guess, Nick. That
Okay.
cool?
Yeah, I've got nothing.
All right, is it Cuphead?
No.
Okay, just making sure you weren't trying to throw me off earlier. Anyway.
All right, I'll give you guys hints now. Let's
Oh,
see if you
God.
can come to it. All right, the big one. This should throw you off the big assumption that you guys have been running on. Is it a Mac game? No.
I mean, it is. You're playing it for the Mac, so it's a Mac game.
Is a browser? Am I playing it in a browser? Yes.
Oh my God, I hate you.
Was it released before 1990? Yes.
Before 1990?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Are you using that fucking site that lets you play DOS games? Because I'm so pissed if so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate
Like
you.
Oregon Trail.
No, but that is the closest guess that you guys have had this entire 20 questions.
See, that's not fair because
It's
I
your
wasn't
questions. You can't tell me they're not fair. You
I wasn't
asked
even
them.
born yet.
I guarantee this is a franchise you're familiar with. And this is a franchise. There's multiple games.
That's been going. So there's a game. Okay, so you're telling me there's a game that came out on DOS that today is still relevant.
Yep.
Sounds fake.
No, that sounds very true.
Name one.
Oh, you want me to name a game right now?
Name one that's still relevant from DOS.
Well, I mean, there's I don't know the names. I forgot.
Because they're not relevant.
No, that's not true. That's not true because you got like Rayman, Prince of Persia, Doom.
Rayman's not from DOS.
You can play Rayman in DOS. It's a DOS game.
Not originally.
It had a DOS port.
No, I'm talking about a game that came out exclusively for DOS. You can't.
Oh
count
no, man!
remake.
But I found Fuck Quest too.
Is it Fuck Quest 2?
Nope. I almost said yes just as a joke, but then I realized you probably think that's actually what it was. So, no.
Monkey Island?
Nope.
Leisure Suit Larry. That's a relevant title still to this day.
It is, but nope. Oregon Trail is still the closest guess that you guys have had.
Is it Oregon Trail Deluxe?
No, not part of that series.
Is there like a Settlers of Catan DOS game that I don't know about?
I don't know. That would be cool, though, wouldn't it? All right, another hint. I'll give you another hint because I'm feeling nice.
Mm-hmm.
So this game has had multiple TV shows based off of it, and has had at least 20 games released for it.
What?
Multiple TV shows?
Multiple. One literally just came out on Netflix this year.
What?
There's no way you guys don't know this game. Nick, maybe.
I'm just sitting
But-
here. No, I'm just so confused.
No.
No, let me think. One released this year?
Yeah.
I just looked up
Told you it's relevant.
I just looked up video
I can't-
games that have shows on Netflix.
No.
The only thing that I can see that looks old is there's a Netflix show called High Score.
No.
Nope.
No. That's not it. It's what fucking now I'm curious about what this fucking Netflix show is.
Give you a hint, it's not real.
I'm starting to think that.
Because I don't think Castlevania came out for DOS.
It's not Castlevania.
The Witcher probably looks like it came out for DOS, but not a DOS game.
Final Fantasy wasn't a DOS game.
Nope. Dragon's Dogma, that was PS3.
That's a good game.
It's a show now too on Netflix.
It's really weird.
I didn't even know that.
The Cuphead thing, that's not DOS.
Pretty excited for that.
Yeah, that's be really cool.
Oh, you guys are real struggle busting on this.
Yeah, this one's actually really
what
difficult.
fucking game has 20 different TV shows?
It has, like I said, it had at least 4 TV shows, 2 were game shows, 2 were cartoons.
2 were game shows?
2 were game shows, 2 were cartoons. One Like, it had 4 seasons on Netflix, with its final season coming out
What
this
the
year.
fuck? I literally have no idea. I'm
Yeah.
so confused right now.
Yeah, no, I don't have any. Nope.
Education games from the 80s.
Oh my god, it's Carmen Sandiego.
There you go. Thank you. Finally.
Fucking hell.
Finally.
Fucking hell. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's new Carmen Sandiego on Netflix?
Yeah, it's actually really good. I just started watching
Really?
it this week too.
Oh, dude, I love the old one.
Yeah,
Okay,
this one's
well.
so that is where my whole thing was gonna go, is and talk about. Well, I got into like a Carmen Sandiego kick. I don't know how. Something
Where
popped
in
up on
the
YouTube.
world is
Carmen Sandiego.
No one in the world can make their voice that deep.
No, I don't think so. It's still impressed. But something popped up on YouTube one day, and it was like, I think it was like a retrospective on Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. And I was just studying or something, and I just set it on in the background, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So like, I just started like looking at stuff, and then they were like, oh, Netflix has like a new TV show out for it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I started watching that, and it's actually, I think you should watch it because it is actually really cool. The stuff that they do with it, they do some interesting story stuff with it.
I can't believe how far away we were.
I told you, like, when I was like, you guys are like cold. You're like, how can we be that cold? I'm like, oh, you are, so you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, not even. So, but it has
the DOS games of Carmen Sandiego are actually really good too.
Yeah, actually, and so I just ordered it. It's actually coming tomorrow, but you can actually get like a little, like one of those little handheld things. That's Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. So
like a Tiger Electronics thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like the entire DOS game. I was like, that's fucking rad.
What? That is sick.
Yeah, it's like $20. So, but I ended up going through and I played Where is the World's Carmen Sandiego, because you can't play it anywhere except for like the
it's
old
abandonware.
DOS. Yeah. So I went through and played it on there. Actually, I played it for like 2 hours. I actually caught Carmen Sandiego for the first time in my existence. So I was I felt very accomplished. Those questions are fucking hard, because sometimes they'll just be like, yeah, she went to a country with triangle flags. You'd be like, what the fuck? Country has triangle flags. It's I think it was Nepal, like Kathmandu is where she was going. By the way, if you end up going to play it. So yeah, there's that. Then they had like some old episodes of the game show on YouTube. People have just been like uploading them, like as they recorded them or whatever. So just tossed on a couple of those. Rockapella literally is like the best. They just did like a couple like remixes of the theme song. They put it out like 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
No either. And those have been catchy and they've been stuck in my head as well.
So here's the question: has Nick ever played or heard of Carmen Sandiego?
There's no way he hasn't. No way.
I've heard of her.
Okay.
Exactly.
Never played a game. Never. I even honestly, I always knew it as a show. Never knew it was a game.
Yeah, it started as a video game.
I only knew it as a show because my brother was into it.
At least I think it started as a video game. I'm not mistaken.
It did.
I? Okay.
Nope, you're right. It's actually a really interesting story, because I was the video that I saw was talking about it. So it came out in 1985. It sold a ridiculous amount of copies for a game in 1985. I think it ended up selling. I think the 1985
wasn't
Where the
also
World's
like
City.
a bundled game that like came preloaded on many computers. So like, are they counting those copies as well? That's what I'm
That I
curious
don't
about.
know. I think that was like a school thing, because once it became
Yes.
popular, like the teachers just like started buying it like crazy.
Yeah, and I remember like either HPs or Macs. I'm not sure which one. It'd probably be more like.
Probably a Mac.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it would probably be
It was
an HP
popular on
since
like
it was.
the Apple IIe when it came out.
Yeah.
like,
Yes. Yeah,
1985.
that's the one.
Which was my first computer, by the way. But
Nice.
they so this is the story behind the TV show, which I thought was really interesting. Well, the game came out in 1985. They were so worried about it financially that they bundled it with Atlas, if you remember, because they were worried that, they thought that people, if they couldn't find the value in the game, they would find the value in the Atlas. So they thought they might be more like worthwhile buying it. But anyway, so the game ended up selling like, I think 800,000 copies or something. So they started shopping it around for TV shows. And they went to this one guy who had done a bunch of like TV shows. And they're like, well, what do you think? How should we like market this? And he's like, no, you guys are thinking about this all wrong. He's like, don't sell the rights to the TV show. He's like, give them away. And they're like, what? He's like, yes, go to a public broadcasting network and just sell them the rights for $1. Like, you get so much advertising. Like, that's the way you want to go.
Ooh.
So that's what they did.
Actually, kind of genius.
Yeah. So they ended up going to PBS. They ended up giving them the rights for free. They didn't even charge them $1. They just gave them the rights and let them make a TV show off of it. And yeah, I mean, it was a huge marketing success for them and did incredibly well. So
That's so cool.
mhm.
That's such an interesting story. That's the kind of random shit I would look at and watch videos on in my free
At
time.
3 a.m.
It was it was actually a really cool video because I had no clue, none at all. So yeah, there's that. So, and then like I said, I fell down the rabbit hole of Carmen Sandiego, and I ended up finding out that Netflix had put out a new show, and they did 4 seasons of it. And like I said, it's really interesting because it takes a view on it that I would have never expected.
Okay.
Because I really don't want to spoil anything because I think you should watch it, but if anyone listening wants to watch it too, like I think they should go into it with like an empty slate, no expectations, because I did not know what to expect when I was watching it. And I was like, at first I was like, what? And then it just kind of was like, I'm like, this is kind of ingenious. So it's got Carmen is voiced by, what's her name? I don't remember who she is because I don't. Hold on, I'm just gonna go a little past. It's someone. It is like a famous actress. It's not someone I'm familiar with, but it also has Flynn Whitrock in it, who is in Stranger Things.
Oh.
He does one of the voice.
Nope, I'm reading something hilarious.
Gina Rodriguez. I can't talk.
Rodriguez.
Yes, she does the voice for Carmen, and they're talking about doing a live action movie too. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
Have you played the unofficial game?
Which unofficial game?
Where in the hell is Carmen Sandiego?
No, I saw that though the other day when I was looking at. I think it was like the Wikipedia page.
Brandon, you'll find this hilarious. So it's basically a hack of the game. It says the creator of the game had never played Carmen Sandiego, but was very familiar with the franchise due to his constant appearance in gaming magazines. So the game, basically, the plot is you're a famous crime buster hot off the trail of world-renowned thief Carmen Sandiego and her latest gang. The rumors is that she has died in a bizarre accident, and that doesn't deter you. After all, it might just be misdirection. So you track her down to the dark woods of Io Air, where you encounter 3 hideous beasts and lose your way in the night. Now here's where it gets fucking hilarious to me. Because it says you will need to use your detective skills. Okay, cool, you're a world-renowned detective. Something that you would have as detective skills, right?
Okay.
Also, your knowledge of facts from Canticle 1 of Dante's Commedia Inferno.
What the fuck?
You have to track Carmen Sandiego through hell and find her using your wit, your detective skills, and your baked-in knowledge of the first canticle of the Divine Comedy.
I mean, it's an ingenious idea. Let's be honest.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
It definitely had to be a bigger hit than Where in North Dakota is Carmen Sandiego, which is a real game, by the way. They did a bunch of spin-offs.
Let's see here.
Yep. And one of them is Where in North Dakota.
Yep, Where in North Dakota. Well, there's a lot of corn. Well, it's funny because it's Where in the World, and then Where in the USA, and then Where in the Europe, and then North Dakota.
Yeah. But then they did Where in Time. That's cool. Yeah.
Cool. I'd play that. I wouldn't play Where in North Dakota. But time, you got me. Space, yeah, sure. I'll see you there.
Isn't there only one city in North Dakota? It's like I guess she's there. It's probably just like down the streets at that point. It's like is she on 5th Street? I'm like, no, there's no streets that go that high number. So
all right then.
Yeah, but it's good if you want that little Carmen Sandiego like Tiger Electronics, not Tiger Electronics, but like little electronics toys like that. I think they had them on. I know that Kohl's had them listed on their website as something I think that they sell. So I don't know if it's in store, but they're like $25. I just ordered mine off Amazon.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Check out the TV show too.
Is it the one that's $19.49 right now that has like the big enter button and the little dial and all that stuff?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, this is nice.
I know. I told you it's really fucking rad. I was like,
Wait,
when I saw that,
isn't this shaped like an Apple II computer?
yes.
Oh my god, I love it.
Wait,
Yeah,
can you
this
send
is
that to
cool.
me real quick?
Yeah, it's actually sick.
Because my first computer was an Apple IIc.
Oh, and one last thing too about
In
Carmen
general
Sandiego.
chat.
So they actually
guys.
there is no currently like active like Carmen Sandiego games as far as I
Mhm.
understand. But they did a
That's
Google
really cool.
Earth like promotion. There's like 3 Carmen Sandiego cases you can play on Google Earth right now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And
Have you heard about this game called Geolocator?
It sounds familiar.
So it's a in-browser game where it uses like Google Maps and it drops you in a random location
And you got to
and
figure out where it is.
you got to figure out where you are before the other people that are playing alongside you figure it out.
I did see a video of someone playing that on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah,
'Cause it was,
I
like,
watched
this
someone
crazy
play it the
one.
other day and I was like, this is actually really interesting and neat and it's a cool idea for a game. And actually at the time it reminded me of where in the world is Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, no, I can totally see that. The one video I saw, the guy was actually really crazy. He was like somewhere in Argentina or something,
Mhm.
and he actually managed to like find a spot within 100 feet of where like the picture was actually taken.
Oh
And
wow.
I was like, that's insane. I'm like, just to be able to look at a picture and figure all that stuff out. Because he's like, yeah, there's a church there, and then there's this mountain, and
Mhm.
the writing on this looks like it's Spanish, and yeah, I'm like, that's just cool. And I don't think I have the patience to do something like that, but I really like the idea of it.
Mhm.
Because you're right, it is very like Carmen Sandiego-esque, and I do like those kind of games. I just think it's a lot of fun. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, and we were actually you didn't hear this part because I talked to you about it with Nick. I don't remember what happened. You had to walk away for a couple minutes, a couple episodes ago. But I own a board game version of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and I brought it over to a friend's house because my friend was like, "Oh man, Carmen Sandiego, I love it." And I was like, "Michelle, I'm like, you don't even know that Africa's a
I
continent."
remember you talking about that.
And she's like, "Oh no, I really want to play." And actually, I guess in like hindsight, this is where that started. Actually,
Mhm.
this whole like thing. But so she's like, "I don't even know where it is." So I brought it over and we played it, and we didn't even like get maybe 30 minutes into the game, and she ended up getting. They all got fed up with it because it's all this like trivia, and I'm really good with like world trivia stuff.
Mhm.
And they were not. They did not go very well. So they were like one of the questions she stumbled over was like, "What does the flag on?" Or what does the red spot on Japan's flag mean? And it was like the options were like rising sun, but then it was like communism or something else. And then she guessed like communism, and I was like, oh. So,
Yikes.
yeah.
That's a yikes for me, dog.
But I sent you the thing, the Amazon game when I saw it the other day. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And she's like, fuck Carmen Sandiego. She's like, I never want to see her again. I was like, okay. So, yeah, there we are. You guys ready to move on to news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we had a
There's
couple
some
things.
news.
News.
It was a Nintendo Indie World. I'm gonna run down the stuff that was announced because I actually like the Nintendo Indie World showcases.
Was there so the one game on here? Is it the one that you recommended to me? I can't remember.
There is no game.
Yes.
Yes, it is that game. I never expected that to come to any kind of console because of the way it is designed. I'm very happy to see that.
I know. I was thinking about picking it up, and I was like, I need to ask Brandon because I'm like, I swear this is the game he told me to buy, and I'm like, I can't
it's
remember.
One of my favorites.
Okay, so that I'm definitely going to end up getting that then. So, because like I said, I was like,
I would love to hear your thoughts on it after you play it. It's a treat. Like it's very hard to describe it as anything other than it's an experience, and it's a really good one.
And I'm glad you knew exactly what game I was talking about when I was just like, is that the game you recommended to me? Because there are some other ones on here I feel like you could have, but like
yeah,
that
there's
one is
actually
definitely...
like I said, there's actually a lot in this list that I think were pretty good announcements. Like I'm more of the indie game kind of person just in general. And I play a lot of indie games on PC, so I've seen a lot of these already or played a lot of these already. But seeing them on console, like I'm always so excited to see new indie games come to the Switch because the Switch is just perfect for indie games in general, and it's always nice to see the like smaller titles actually make it out of the niche PC market. So I'm very happy with a lot of the things that were announced actually.
And there's a sale going on for a lot of them right now too.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess this is the way it started off with the Road 96.
Yes, which actually that game looked really interesting to me.
It looks very Life is Strange-esque, and I
Yes.
kind of dig it a lot.
I thought it was the Life is Strange
Uh-huh.
game.
Yeah, it definitely looked like one that would be in that series, the way it was designed. I totally
especially
agree.
because too, like the one girl, one of the people he was looking for was the name of that girl from the first game. What was it?
Chloe?
Yes. They're like, where's Chloe or whatever? And I was like, because I heard that when it was, and I was like, is this part of Life is Strange? No, it's not, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I like the fact that it is a basically choose your own adventure, random generation indie title where like based off of 90s road trip movies and that sort of thing. I liked how they showed the different points of view based on who they chose and everything.
Mhm.
Like if they went hitchhiking, like there was like this thing that could happen or this thing that could happen, and they like went through the different people that you could end up interacting with and their names and the kind of experiences you'd have with them. I thought that was a really neat touch. In case you haven't already figured it out, this game doesn't exist yet, so I haven't been able to play it. This is a brand new title all around. It has not been released on anything yet. So
Yeah, they're
I don't
saying
really
summer.
I don't really have any feelings towards this game like as someone that's played it, but looking at it from like the outside, this game looks really fucking cool. Like I'm super excited to try this out.
Visually, it reminded me of Firewatch, is what I thought.
Yeah,
of
it
when I
does
was
have
looking at
some
it.
Firewatch vibes. The like minimalistic art style that it has with its character models definitely gives you that Firewatch vibe. And I kind of dig that. I did think Firewatch's art was pretty good. I just didn't particularly like the game itself. It kind of bored me a little bit, but it's whatever. Some walking sims just aren't for me. But yeah, we then went on to Aerial Knight, I think, maybe. I don't know what he said his game's called. Yeah, Aerial Knight's
Yeah.
Never Yield. So I'm just gonna say this right now. The music in this game fucking slaps. It was
Very
really
good.
good. Like I kind of want to play this game for the music alone.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like some auto runners can be a lot of fun, and the way this one's designed actually looks really cool. It reminds me a lot of what is that rhythm game that I really liked? I got it as a Christmas
Yeah,
gift
there's a
one
lot
year.
of rhythm games you really like.
No. It was is very very abstract. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It's also a Switch game, and my brain is not letting me remember what this game is called. I'm so upset right now. I'll have to figure it out. Music game. That'll probably pop it up somewhere. Fuck! This is upsetting.
So it's a music game for the Switch?
It's on Switch and PC. I have it on PC.
It's like 20 questions again.
Oh,
But nobody knows the answer.
it's Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like obviously it's not done in such a grandioso way as Sayonara Wild Hearts, but it kind of reminded me a lot of that. Like Infinite Runner. Not really infinite, but just a runner in general. Seems like it has a story mode going for it. I like these kind of games. They're fun. And it always is a good way to introduce like new music to someone. Like, yeah. So this looked cool. Moving on, Last Stop was next, I think. This one looks weird. I don't really understand in particular what they're going for here. It kind of has like a Freaky Friday sort of vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
It with like supernatural elements, like very supernatural elements, and I don't know what they're trying to do, but this one looked interesting. Yeah, kind of another choose your own adventure in the vein of like Telltale games and Life is Strange. So yeah, I didn't really have much information on it though. I don't even remember Hindsight. I think I blinked and missed this one.
See, the description I have for it is it's about an older woman reminiscing about her family, look at objects and travel into her past memories and uncover the woman's history when Hindsight is released later this year. I'll be honest, I don't remember it either. So this was the same publisher as Last Stop, so maybe it was a
package deal. I'm actually gonna go look. Let's see. Yeah, so we get last stop, and it just kind of goes into hindsight afterwards. All right. Yeah, it looks like it was just kind of like, yeah, okay. It's the video, both of them being such a short like clip, because like last stop starts at like 5 minutes and 19 seconds, and hindsight starts at 5 minutes and 58 seconds. So like we haven't got much time with either of these games at all. And because of that, I think it just didn't stand out that much. But what did stand out was the next game, which is Ollie Ollie World. The Ollie Ollie games are having a sequel, and it looks gorgeous. I'm super excited to play this. I really liked the Ollie Ollie games. I thought they were really fun, and to see another one coming out is pretty exciting, honestly. So, yeah. They also announced The Longing, which I've been looking at this game for a while because it's very different. So I don't know if you really understood what this game was, Mike, but this game is basically the equivalent of like when you play mobile app games and you like log in, daily to like do something and then just be like, okay, I'm done now, and then you just put it down, like almost like those idle games, but it's in real time and it's 400 days.
Okay.
So each day you can do things and uncover more of the story and like more of the game itself. This is from what I understand. Not 100% sure, but this is from what I understand. Because I haven't played this one, but I've been looking at it for a very long time. And apparently the story kind of reveals itself over time, like it's a very slow build, but like you getting in that pop in, check for like 20 minutes, see what's going on. Wait, why is this cave here now? I'm gonna go there and see what's going on. And you go there and then you kind of unveil some things. So like each day as you get further and further to the 400 days, more of the story like reveals what's going on with it, but you're stuck underground for 400 days and you have to find ways to entertain yourself. So like you can do mining, you can go adventuring, you can do this, that, and the other. You could just use it as like a little interactive like plaything, that sort of deal. And it's just meant to be like a really chill game where you're trying to just experience the world itself over the amount of time it takes to actually finish it. And yeah, and just live in the world. And it seems really interesting. I don't really understand the entire concept of this one, but I've looked at it while it's been on Steam for like, I think a year now or so, and it's very, very highly rated. So I keep looking at it, especially when there's like a sale or something. And
That's an interesting concept.
yeah, it's very different. Like I don't think I would have thought of a game like that before. Like it's very different from something you see nowadays, especially since like it's in real time. And yeah, see the description on the store page is an unusual mix of adventure and indie game. In utter loneliness deep below the surface, it's your task to wait for the awakening of your king for 400 days. How you choose to do that is up to you. So yeah, and you can like unveil apparently story things by just exploring. So yeah, it seems really neat. Time-based puzzles, some things will open up based on what time it is, day, night, that sort of deal. The months and yeah, the years, I don't fucking know. It just seems like a really interesting way of approaching a game. It also seems very, very chill. So
It looks like it.
mm-hmm. The next game is the one that we kind of talked about a little bit. This is the game I'm most excited about. There is no game, Wrong Dimension. This game was probably one of my highlights of last year. It definitely came out of nowhere. It's very tongue-in-cheek. It's very silly, and it's very much so like a commentary on the gaming industry as a whole as well. So that's neat. And like developers not wanting to make things, or like they make something and then they're just kind of like, yeah, where do I go from here? And this game is very Pony Island-ish, where it's like clearly knows that you're playing it and it constantly makes your life hell. It's very like Undertale, where again it clearly knows it's a video game, that sort of deal. And like one of the major things is the game's called There Is No Game, because the person that made the game is the announcer, much like the Stanley Parable. And in fact, they might actually use. No, they don't use someone from that, but they definitely go and base it off of the Stanley Parable with its talking back and forth to the player, where the game doesn't want you to realize that it's a game, and the point and click adventure aspects of it have to deal with finding the actual game inside of this game. And like, it's just really weird. It's really silly. It's very funny. There's a lot of jabs at like, oh, we weren't ready with that part yet. We didn't have time to ship it, and this, that, and the other. It's a very inventive game that is also very different from anything else I've ever played. So definitely worth checking out.
I bought it already. The description
Yeah.
on the eShop makes me laugh too.
Mhm.
It's features, point and click comedy adventure, incredible 3D graphics that are flat, completely flat, and very pixelated. Almost fully voiced. And in parentheses it says may contain traces of foreign accents here and there. Solve riddles that require you to think, quote, outside of the box, unquote. Hint system included because you can't think, quote, outside of the box, unquote, ... Shorter than an MMORPG, which leaves you plenty of time to finish some real good games. Discover the top 10 best walls. The fourth one will surprise you. It's free, which is pretty remarkable for a non-VR experience. Contains tons of bugs, but it's supposed to be like that, and lots of other surprises.
Yeah, like you can even tell just from the description that it's very tongue-in-cheek. It knows what it's doing, and it kind of revels in it. There's, without spoiling anything, the outside the box thing is actually a hint to the game itself. So that's actually kind of cool that they included that. So, yeah. Because like they do at one point like a diorama sort of thing where you have to like flip the game area that you're playing in around to solve puzzles, and when you interact with things on one side, then things on the other side happen, and that's really cool, and that's super interesting, and that's like one of the very first starting areas in the game. But it's awesome. This game is fantastic, and I highly recommend this game. It's great. And that thing that they said with traces of foreign accents is actually very true. I believe there's a few times where the announcer slips in and out of his foreign accent, and he even makes it known, like, ignore that, man. That sort of thing. And yeah, just all around great game. Very surprised to see it on a console, but it's one of those games that would fit right at home on the Switch, so it makes sense. The next game is my second most favorite game of the showcase, and it's fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game. Streets of Rage 4 was really good. This is made by the same people. I feel like this is going to be an excellent game.
I know a lot of people are really excited for it. I think that's actually probably the most excited that any game in the indie world that people were excited for.
Oh yeah, when I
saw anecdotal.
This is definitely actually one of my most excited games for this year. I think it's coming out this year. This is one of the games I'm looking forward to the most this year. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like the original cartoon, much like you were talking about with Carmen Sandiego. That's me with TMNT. And then I also think the video games are just fucking phenomenal. They're some of my favorites.
This was like definitely a throwback to the 90s Turtles games.
Yeah, definitely. So after that, because I mean that's pretty simple. Chris Tales is a very interesting game. I actually played a demo of this. So it seems like there are multiple dimensions, more or less, and you're playing a RPG game, but in different dimensions. Like the dimensions are split down the way and everything. It's different. It's very different. So like there's time traveling, and when you time travel, then it kind of like breaks apart part of the screen, and then like that part of the screen is like the dimension that you traveled out of, and that sort of deal.
Is this the one that they were like, if you're fighting a difficult enemy, travel back in time when they're like younger and beat them?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that. It was an interesting idea.
Yeah, I played a demo of this last year, and it seems like a pretty cool game. I don't know where they were going to go with it after the demo, but I am excited to try this one out as well. So yeah, then Konami announced a game, and I'm just sitting here like, wait a minute, what? There's a Konami game? So that's weird. I guess Konami's still making games, but only if they're games that are remakes.
I mean, they are basically indie at this point.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Indie and a way to fund the mob, the mob, the Yakuza. Sorry, not the mob. Yeah, this game looks kind of cool though. It looks like your typical Dark Souls-like kind of game or Ninja Gaiden. Just a very hard game in general, with lots of mechanics that you'd have to learn, but as like 2.5D. And yeah, I'm pretty much looking forward to that one as well. I didn't see this next one, the Aztec thing. I didn't see this. Oh wait, I did see this. This was so the next game on the list is Aztec Forgotten Gods, which it looks like
It reminded me of something. I can't think of what it was. But I remember when I saw it, I was like, this reminds me of this game.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when I was looking at it, but I can't put my it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't figure it out either. But it definitely reminds me of another game as well. It's kind of got a Fury vibe to it from like the way its point of view is, but like it's got like very big bosses and everything. So you've got other things like Joheim. It reminds me of that as well. But I'll just move on to the next one, which is Skull. Skull is fantastic. I have actually played this over the last few months. This game is awesome. It is it Dead Souls? Is that what the name of the game is? The really popular one that was on Switch? Dead Cells.
Dead Cells.
Sorry. Dead Cells. It's Dead Cells, but with a mechanic where instead of changing your weapon, you change the way your character plays entirely by rescuing people and using their heads as your own, because you're a skeleton, so you can like get different abilities, and it like actually kind of changes it up. Like sometimes you'll have like a sword that's this, and sometimes you'll be like a big bulky man that's like sword and shield, and other times you'll have this kind of weapon and that kind of weapon, and so on and so forth. And each time you do that sort of thing, it also kind of has the Binding of Isaac thing where you have different amounts of life based on what character you're playing, from the skulls that you've gotten out in the wilderness, and some bosses will be more weaker to different skulls that you could be wearing, and so on and so forth. So think Dead Cells, but with a mechanic where the kind of head that you're wearing actually matters, and you can like very much have a good run based on the kind of head you've gotten, because this is a roguelike. But you could also have a bad one based on it as well. This is a really cool game. This is definitely one worth playing, and that I think will be awesome. I'm gonna go through the next few like pretty quickly because it was just very quick stuff. So like Art of Rally looks like a neat top-down rally racing game. It's got a lot of like drifting things, and Kiwi, which was after that, it looks like a puzzle platformer involving cute kiwi birds. And then Labyrinth City. This thing looks so cool. Labyrinth City, Pierre the Maze Detective is what I think it's called. It looks like a adventure game that takes place inside of a Where's Waldo book, and I super dig the art style of this, because like there's big crowds of people and everything, and like it's very pulled back, almost like you're looking into a Where's Waldo storybook, and I really dig this one's style. It looks very, very cool. Weaving Tides, I'm gonna be honest, with this one looks kind of meh. Like it just didn't have anything that stood out to me. It was basically you ride on a flying creature, and then you can weave in and out of the foreground and the background by going inside these holes. But sometimes those holes will be occupied by enemies, and you have to fight them in kind of like a top-down twin-stick shooter point of view. But it's trying to be like Legend of the Dragon. No, not Legend of the Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon is trying to be like that, from like a top-down twin-stick vibe, and it didn't really appeal to me. The next one though really does, and that's the remake of House of the Dead for Switch.
Oh no, people are psyched for that.
Yeah, so I played House of the Dead both in arcades, but I also owned the port on PC back when there was a PC port for it, and I really liked the original House of the Dead. House of the Dead 2 is my favorite, but the original House of the Dead is great as well. So this is something I'm very excited for. I'm hoping we get like later on a more all the House of the Deads kind of thing released on Switch, because that'd be great. Because those are some great games, a lot of fun to play with friends and whatnot. Ender Lilies looks like anime version of what was that? What was that game? Everyone wants Silk Song to come out, and
Hollow Knight.
yeah, it looks like an anime version of Hollow Knight, basically. And I mean, that's not such a bad thing, but we didn't see but like 3 seconds of it. And the same with Beast of Marvilla Island. And then the last 2 things we had announced was Fez, which I thought that man quit gaming and didn't release his games anymore, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was confused about that too.
And then the Oxenfree 2, which was announced for the Switch. So this is the second big name indie title announced first on Switch, which is really cool. So we had first, Nick, help me out because you really liked this game. It was a Metroid game. It was about like corrupting game data, that sort of deal.
I know the name of the developer. Axiom Verge?
Yeah, Axiom Verge. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, so we had Axiom Verge 2 announced for Switch, and now we have. I think that was announced for Switch, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and now we have Oxenfree 2 announced for Switch first. So that's really cool.
People were making the joke that in this direct that both Ali Ali and Oxenfree was announced. They're like, wait, you're telling me in this direct it was Ali Ali Oxenfree?
No, I
They should have put them back to back. I didn't even think about that.
That would have been fantastic, actually. But yeah, Oxenfree, the original game was pretty interesting. I don't know if either of you guys ever played it.
No, I never even heard of it. The trailer for this looked pretty cool, though.
So Oxenfree, the original game, is think of like a slasher horror film, but as a point and click, not really point and click. It's as a platforming adventure game, that sort of deal. So it's that, but it's like a supernatural slasher film sort of deal. It's got all those elements of horror movies put together into a adventure game, and it's a really cool game. It's a very cool premise. It's very odd because it's got a lot of the, choose the dialogue you say to this person and that person. You could save this person might die, and yada yada blah blah blah. And all of it, the original game was really cool. You can probably find it for very cheap. I think the original game is also on Switch. I would be surprised if it wasn't. And I would highly recommend trying that out first. And then if you like that, then look into Oxenfree 2. I'm actually looking forward to Oxenfree 2 as well. I think the best games from this direct are probably Ollie Ollie World, There Is No Game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, House of the Dead, and Oxenfree 2. Those are like the ones I most look forward to. Skulls the Hero Slayer is also very good, but I've already played that, so there you go. Yeah, this is a pretty decent direct. I thought it was cool. I know a lot of people love to complain about these, but I kind of love these directs.
Well, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're exactly. Other news stuff. They had the Resident Evil showcase. So I guess the Resident Evil VR thing was Resident Evil 4.
Yes, Resident Evil 4 VR for the Oculus.
Village is getting a Mercenaries mode.
Hell yes, I love Mercenaries mode. And then they also announced a demo for Village that will run weekly up until the release of the full game. And it'll be like, I think they're calling it something like 8 hours in Resident Evil 8. And essentially each Saturday on every week leading up to the release of Resident Evil 8, there will be 8-hour time frame that you can play the demo, which lasts about an hour long, but is
30
kind
minutes.
of 30 minutes. But 30 minutes is how long you can play. But you can play both of the areas. There's one portion of the demo that you can play in the mansion itself and fully explore it for 30 minutes, and there's one portion that's outside and you can fully explore it for 30 minutes. So altogether an hour-long demo there because of that. And you can play either of them, and you can go anywhere you want as long as it's possible to be opened in those 30 minutes. So there's a lot of stuff that it seems like you can do, because they were showing like a clip show of the demo more or less, and it looked like there was a lot of different places you could go to and explore based on whatever you want to do. So you're probably able to just like replay the demo as long as that 8 hours isn't up and go somewhere different each time. So kind of looking forward to that. Looks really cool. They announced a Resident Evil movie that takes place after Resident Evil 4. It's a CGI animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
It involves Leon saving the president. That's the original president from Resident Evil 4 after like a big zombie outbreak in DC. So that's kind of cool.
Isn't that the premise for Resident Evil 6?
No, I don't know. I blocked out pretty much everything to do with Resident Evil 6. I'm gonna be honest.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah. So yeah, we got that kind of stuff going on. That was neat.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
And the only thing we got left is rumors.
Mhm.
This first one, I'm sure you'll love. The Last of Us is being remade for PlayStation 5.
I read this.
Why not?
I just don't get it. It
Why
doesn't
not?
make any sense. Why not? Because you can already play it on PlayStation 5.
I know. I'm joking.
There is literally no reason for this other than proving the point of what they said last, what people were reporting, which was that Sony doesn't give a shit about anyone unless it's major first-party AAA titles, and that they're going to be moving away from every other kind of studio, which is why Sony Japan was shut down, which is why Bin Studios was shut down, which is why they've taken those developers and made them work on the next Last of Us game and made them work on the next major title in God of War. And Sony's starting to sound a lot like fucking EA right now.
I'm nodding, yeah. Yeah, no, this
Yeah.
I just do not understand the reasoning of remaking a game that's, I mean, is it 10 years old yet? It can't be.
No.
I don't know. It might be. Let me check.
It might be.
I know it originally launched towards the end of the PS3's life cycle.
It was right before I left GameStop. I remember that.
2013. So 2 more years until it's 10 years old.
Yeah. No, it's just, I mean, so probably it will come out around the 10th anniversary, would be my guess.
Yeah, I just don't see a reason for it.
No, I don't see any reason
At all.
I mean, the game was not.
You've already got the PS4 version that was a remake of the PlayStation 3 version that was enhanced for the PlayStation 5. So, like, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah, I don't.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why.
The TV
I know
show?
what they're doing. The TV show. This is going to be a cash grab that's going to cash in on the TV show on HBO. And what they're going to do is this remake will be a Last of Us that's more like the television show than the original game, thus, once again, smearing the entire legacy of this fantastic series and ruining it even further, because Jesus Christ, they can't let this game just be a good game. They have to continue to ruin it with sequels and this kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean, I'm even against, like, talking about remakes and stuff. Like, Resident Evil 4 getting remade, I'm actually pretty staunchly against.
Well, as a VR game?
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
VR game's fine. I'm talking about, because there was a rumor because Capcom did the remakes of 2 and 3. And there was a rumor, and last I heard, I think actually the rumor was that it got scrapped. But they were working on at one point, like, a full remake for Resident Evil 4. And that game is just, it plays so well. Like, if you want to do something like make the graphics just fucking glow, if you want to do something like that, that's fine. But don't touch the gameplay.
That's nearly a 25-year-old game, and
Resident
that
Evil
was
4?
Yeah.
It's almost 20. I feel like at this point.
No, I'm actually looking at the date right now. In 4 years, it'll be a 25 fucking year old game.
It came out in 2000. It didn't come out
Wait,
in 2000.
oh no, you're right. No, it didn't come out in 2000. I'm sorry. It came out in 2005. My mistake. The original release is what I was looking at.
Brand's living in the future like usual.
Oh, wow.
No. So, yeah, that's when the next Resident Evil 4 remake is going to release in 2025. That was what I was actually telling. I accidentally slipped into the time stream and gave you the release date by mistake. My bad. No,
Yeah.
No, so Resident Evil 4 as a game. When was the last time you played Resident Evil 4?
I don't remember.
Okay, so it does have a few quirks that you wouldn't even realize that it actually does. Like one of the major things in RE4 is you can't aim unless you're standing still.
Well, the last time I played it was on the Wii.
Yeah. So you would have been fine there, more or less. But you still had to like press the button to stop, and then you have to aim it with like the pointer at the screen. You still, even in the Wii version, had to stand still to fire your weapon. So I could see them doing something like they did with Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, where you can like fire your weapon while moving, that sort of deal. And I do think that would be an improvement on the game itself. I do think, yet again, that would make this game less scary, because Resident Evil 4, for as much of an action game as it was, it still had a lot of the horror elements because of the whole start-stop gameplay, because you had to stop moving in order to ready your gun and take shots at enemies. And that did give it a lot more of the survival horror feel than more recent Resident Evil games. And, that's probably why it holds up so well as like an in-between game between the action version of Resident Evil and the survival horror version of Resident Evil. But I think they'll probably try to change it to be more action-y, or do something closer to like Resident Evil 2, which was a great game, and it didn't have the start-stop aiming sort of deal, but it just had like a lot more atmosphere to make it feel like a lot more of a horror game. And I think they could do something like that with RE4, with it being a 20-year-old game almost, and I think it would be fine. I don't think it would be a bad thing per se. But what I would like to see them do is do something more along the lines of what the original Resident Evil 4 was going to be, with the much more maybe have like an extra campaign with a much more supernatural focused thing that they originally had planned with RE4. I think that'd be really fucking cool. I don't think it'll actually happen, but I think that'd be awesome to see.
Oh yeah, where he was in like the mansion with the ghosts or whatever. Yeah, I mean, my point is like RE4 is just one of those games. Like, you don't need to like upend the T table and just like start over from scratch on it. Like, fix some quality of life things. Don't like redo it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I agree, but I do think that the people that did Resident Evil 2 remake could do a lot of good with RE4. I think that if we gave it to that team, they could make it probably an even better game than it already was.
If it's done right.
Yes, I do agree. It has to be done right. It has to be done right, because Resident Evil 3, in my opinion, Resident Evil 3 remake wasn't done right. It actually was handled quite poorly, in my opinion, because they pushed it to make it its own game, more or less, when it should have been something that was packed in with Resident Evil 2 remake, which would have made it a better game overall. I think if they had the time, if they took the time, and they put as much care and attention as they did into Resident Evil 2 remake with Resident Evil 4 remake, it would be an awesome game.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
So
anyways, The Last of Us, we don't need your remake. So thank you. Thanks for trying.
I don't want a Last of Us remake. I really don't want one.
No, I mean, honestly, like, one or two things is gonna happen. I mean, I wasn't particularly fond of that gameplay, so I mean, I guess you could like tweak some stuff there.
They could make it better gameplay, like,
But
because
you
the
know they're not
gameplay in
gonna,
Last
like-
of Us Part 2 was actually better and was actually pretty good.
And that's fine, but I just know they're
yeah.
not gonna let that story stand.
Mhm.
They're just gonna have to like get their fingers into it.
Mhm.
Because I'm sure Druckmann's like, well, I didn't make this story, so I want to make some changes.
Yep, I fully expect that as well.
Mhm.
And that's
So-
what I'm most against when it comes to The Last of Us remake. It's not even the fact that it's just a remake, it's the fact that I know it's going to change.
Yeah. Like, this will probably be more like Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
It'll be like a quarter of the game. You're like, hey, here you go. You made it to the mall or
They'll
wherever.
sell it to people over the next 40 years.
Actually, no, the first game will probably just be the part like at the beginning, like the prologue with like Joel and his family, and then that will be the end of the first game.
Oh my god, you mean when he's running through the... Oh my god.
Like, there you go. Here's your Last of Us remake. Stay tuned for Last of Us remake 1, 2. So.
1, 2.
And the last
wait for Last of Us remake 1, 2, 3.
And then the follow-up will be ABC.
And we're back to Carmen Sandiego now and educational games.
Oh, there you go. Where in the world is
A
that
good
girl
plot
from
line.
Last of Us? Ellie's fingers.
Where they're in fucking what's her name's mouth. They're in Abby's mouth. That's where they're at.
Anyways, so the last rumor I have on here, Nintendo and Microsoft are working on something. So I mean, this isn't the first time we saw this rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we get this rumor every other week?
We do. This one stems from a specific, I don't remember which Phil Spencer video it is. But there's a video where he did something and they're like everything that's in his office has significance, and I guess there was a Switch like on the shelf behind him.
Dude, maybe he's just playing Animal Crossing. Let the man play his Animal Crossing.
Exactly. Mind your business, people. Let him have a life. So, I mean, who knows? It could be something as obscure as, well, not really obscure. Like, something Bethesda coming to the Switch. Like, there's always stuff coming out. Bethesda's running a sale right now on the Switch. So, I mean, it could be something like that. It could be, if Nintendo does do this whole virtual console, whatever thing, maybe Microsoft will put some of the rare legacy titles on there. There's that. GoldenEye's trademark just got re-upped for video games. Okay. So people are all squawking about that. Like, that's another rumor, but is not probably related to this rumor. So, I mean, who knows? It could go lots of different ways. And then there was the long talked about Game Pass on Switch. I mean, obviously that could be something that isn't actually a thing too. Who knows? Who knows where it's going? I don't know.
I do also want to bring out one more bit of information that we didn't write in here that's actually pretty important.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 5 system update.
Yeah. I looked at that and I was like, do I care that much? I don't know.
It's very important for those of us that have a PlayStation 5 because being able to offload games that are stored on your PS5 to an external hard drive and then load them back on is a godsend because you have so little space on the PS5. I have about 8 games installed and like half of those are indie titles. I have 3 AAA titles and that's almost all of the space on my PS5.
And I think the thing that surprised me about this, because I do know that I don't disagree, that is an important update. For some reason, I had thought that it was actually built in the launch. So I think the bigger question
that was Xbox. Xbox did it. PlayStation did. Yeah.
But like, why? Why didn't they do it? Like that.
They made the excuse of being like, well, the hard drive's too fast and it can't do it.
Or wasn't it something goofy like it worked for PlayStation 4 games, but it didn't work for PlayStation 5?
Yes, it is.
That's what it was. I'm just.
We can't load the PlayStation 5 games onto the external hard drive because they're too fast.
There was actually a stealth patch in this as well. You know how your PS5 will just randomly spool up a disc even though it's not being used?
Yes, and it's fucking obnoxious.
They fixed that.
Yay.
I cannot tell you how many times I've been like sitting in my living room trying to watch like anime or like a show on Netflix or something, and all of a sudden all you hear from my entertainment is like, what are you working on? I'm streaming this.
Dude, I was playing Call of Duty the other day on my PlayStation 5, and the disc started spinning up, and I'm like, this game is digital! Why are you spinning? To come to find out, it was my Neo game was being spinned up for some reason. I'm just sitting here like, why are you doing this? What is going on?
That should be happening less frequently from what people are, because I didn't even know that was a thing at first, like that the update fixed that. But people are saying that even if it does spool up, it's significantly quieter than it was.
That's good.
So, yeah, that was always a weird thing that it would do. And I always thought that was like the fans kicking up, maybe? But no, it's just straight up the disk drive.
No, they're just reading your disc even though you're not playing it. It's just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Get that shit out of here. I'm not playing it right now.
Why are you doing this?
Why not?
So yeah, that's been fixed. They also did not add the M.2 support yet.
Nope, they have not, and that kind of sucks because that's really what we need. I have a feeling that they're going to do something that I'm going to hate, and it's going to 110% be proprietary. storage, much like the Vita. Therefore, it's going to be very, very overpriced.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's completely wrong take, actually.
Why do you think that? Out of curiosity.
The M.2 slot's already in the PS5 that you can easily access and put a regular sized M.2 in there.
It only runs with the current M.2 that's in the system itself. That's why no one has swapped it out.
You can't swap that one out.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying the other slots.
The other slot, that port's not actually enabled yet.
Mm-hmm. But
and
do you think that will actually work for PlayStation 5 games? Because I don't, unless it's like a proprietary. In my opinion.
No, it's not gonna be proprietary. What it's gonna be, it's the same thing for the. So you know how the external hard drive support? They're like, oh, you need a certain speed external hard drive.
Yeah.
For that M.2 to work, you need a specific speed M.2.
Okay.
So whatever has a transfer rate the same or greater than what the internal one is for the PS5. And
What's
that's probably
the internal transfer rate? That's what I'm curious about.
Let me see here. PS5 M.2 speed. Let's see here. Can somebody please just give me can somebody just give me this number? Please just give me this number. Because it says right here PS5 supports all the current sizes of M.2. Let me see here. Is this going to tell me? All right, so here it is. Off-the-shelf SSDs would need to deliver more than a 5.5 gigabyte a second bandwidth speed.
That's kind of crazy.
There's already SSDs or M.2s that can do that.
Are there?
Yep.
Out of curiosity.
Yep. I think the new Samsung Evos can do it, as well as the new Western Digital Blacks.
M.2 SSD 5.
Yeah, looks like the Samsung 980 Pro can do it. That's an external one. I'm sure just get like a number. Why does it have to be all these fancy fucking graphics? Specs. Give me the specs. There we go. Is that correct? I know there's definitely M.2s that can do this at the moment.
I've not seen ones that go over 3.5 gigabytes. That's why I was asking.
No, I know there's definitely M.2s that support 5.5 at the moment. I just think they're stupid expensive. Because this is an article from September 22nd, and it's claiming that the 980 Pro is probably the only one that can actually work at this moment. So what they're probably doing is they're waiting for more SSDs to come out that actually fit that speed. So
here's an ad link. That one's fucking $400. Like
the
Jesus
Samsung
Christ.
980 Evo is the first consumer available SSD that has write speeds up to 7 gigabytes per second and 5 gigabytes per second, respectively. So it depends on which one you get.
Okay.
So yeah, I would honestly, at this point, if I was people who needed more space on their PS5, I would definitely do the external for now. Because I don't see... We might get support for this summer, but to get an M.2 drive at a reasonable price to upgrade your PlayStation, you probably won't see for another couple of years.
Yeah, it's a mess. Plus, right now, it's like the worst time because PC components are just through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
I sold my 1070 Ti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got $500 for it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. Hold on, I'm doing something real quick. Radeon, because I think my card. Yeah, there's people selling my card that I currently have in my PC for anywhere between $400 to $500.
What card do you have?
MSI Radeon RX 580 Armor.
Oh, that's like one of the only cards you can find right now because apparently people like CyberPower were sitting on a ton of them, so they just dumped them recently into systems. Yeah, 580s are expensive. Dude, my fucking 2070 Super is like worth like $1,000.
Stupid.
It's
absolutely
stupid.
fucking stupid.
I paid $509 for it.
Sounds like a good investment you've made.
Yeah. Some people bought 2080s for fucking like my friend bought a 2080 right before the pandemic for $465. 2080s are about $1,200 to $1,500 right now.
Stupid.
It's dumb. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
Yep, me neither.
Ready to wrap up?
Yep.
Yup.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us tonight. Go for events on, I don't know, wherever podcasts are. We're everywhere. Come give us a listen. Share the podcast with a friend. We always appreciate you guys spreading the word. Give us a review. Whatever. We like it. And if you want to reach out to us, we're on Facebook, Twitter. You can send us an email at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon,
Hello.
any final thoughts?
I still do streaming every Friday at 8 p.m. Tune in to the Streaminators on twitch.tv. This week we're playing Nazi Zombie Army 4, as well as co-op online multiplayer Binding of Isaac. Because that's a thing that exists now. What?
Yeah. Oh, I know you're talking about Binding Isaac before. I was saying that Nazi Zombie game just sounds like the most generic name for a video game thing.
Yeah, so it started out as that basically, and then they moved and made bigger budget versions of the game and bigger budget versions of the game, and now it's on the fourth one. And apparently, the fourth one was a sleeper hit from last year in 2019. It was a really good game, but it was just given away on PS Plus, so we both have it now, so we're gonna play it.
Nice. Nick, anything for you?
Nope, nothing. Nope.
All right. With that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me online. I'm Clash of Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
Game on. Brandon, are you here to help me, or am I doing this by myself?
Yeah, you're doing this by yourself. There was a dog in my driveway that just started barking at me.
That's not where you put dogs. That's where you put cars.
Right? It just walked up my driveway. I was like, "Hello, I live here now." And what the fuck?
Well, we said you got a free dog already. I mean, I don't know why.
Dog in my driveway sounds like a Hardy Boys book or something.
Oh yeah, it does actually.
I think it sounds like an indie band.
The Hardy Boys.
Dog in my driveway.
Dog in my driveway. Or it could be a Lassie episode. What the fuck is this dog doing in my driveway?